Hello, I'm maurieos 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 4. Hello, welcome to Tutorial 4. In this tutorial, the focus of this tutorial is your maths foundation. This is the fourth tutorial now, so we're into week 4. And we've handed back a few worksheets and quizzes and things like that. So you'll be starting to discover some areas of your foundation that are a little bit weak. And the thing is that you need to do something about it. Because if you don't, your foundations will be weak and forever weak. Because you need to take time to build that foundation, and then on that foundation you can build a strong mathematical knowledge. So I would really ask you just to examine some of the things that you've got problems with, some of the areas that you may have some difficulty with, and try to tell yourself that you need to do some work in those areas. Now, you may not be able to do that on your own. Quite probably not. You'll need to seek some help, and that might involve some time with student learning services, some time in your tutorials asking questions, some time with your tutor to determine what might be the best course of action. But needless to say, you need to do something, because if you do nothing, nothing will happen. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is you should have or clearly identified some areas that you need to do some work in. And this may involve going right back to basics and just building the foundation brick by brick until it's sufficiently strong for you to move forward with new material. There's no point building with good material on a poor foundation. It'll just deteriorate or not improve or just not be of any reasonable quality. So, that said, let's now go over to the big screen and over to Moodle, where we're going to have a look at the tutorial first and just access that through Moodle. So here it is here, and right here is our PowerPoint that we're going to use for our thing. So it's downloaded here, and it should upload right like that there. Enable editing, and then slideshow from the beginning, and then I just drop that down there. And there it all is, appearing there, 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 4. And there's my contact details. And so you can contact me at any time. If I can help, I will. Here's my proposal for the tutorial. We will sign the register. We're going to hand back worksheet 2 and quiz 2, and have take questions on weekly worksheet 3, and weekly worksheet 4 is now available, so you can see where you are ahead and where you're going tomorrow, and sort of work out your plan for next week, which may involve some work on some of those foundation principles and concepts that I said. We'll then finish up round about half an hour earlier, so that you can, with half an hour before the lecture, so that you can prepare for your lecture coming up for 2 hours. So the successful completion of this tutorial, you should have reviewed weekly worksheet 2 and found out some areas there that you need to perhaps work on, in particular the associated quiz. Reviewed weekly worksheet 3, so ask some questions, because that's due for hand-in tomorrow. So you may have some issues that you need to sort out for the worksheet, and as it follows on, the quiz. Worksheet 4 is also available, and you will have that, and that will give you something going forward. So there's plenty of work to do. Now, building solid foundations. I have said a little bit at the start of this video about building solid foundations, and I just want to really emphasize that point. And in this situation here, what I would recommend that is there are some areas that you need some work in. There may be a number of different ways of doing this, but I would recommend that if you have identified some serious problems at that foundation level, that you make contact with your with your tutor, so that you can determine a course of study going forward that is going to give you a chance to build a strong foundation. So please think about this. Doing this work now will pay big dividends for you later on, because not only math is the work is the foundation of your mathematics, but then the mathematics is the foundation of some of your other topics. So it's very important that you sort it out now, do the hard yards now. A little bit of pain, a little bit of aggravation now will save you so much further down the track. So yes, really go for that. And let's now just take a little bit of a look around the Moodle course and see what's there. So we'll escape out of this PowerPoint, and that should bring us into Moodle. So here we are at the tutorial there. I would draw your attention, and we will be possibly using these later on in the tutorial, that the questions are here for the electrical students that Joseph has prepared. So we will be using those a bit later on, and working our way through that in our help with worksheet 3. So they are there with solutions too, as are the previous worksheets there. So that's all well and good. There's also some worksheets and things from classes and from the main Moodle site with the answers that may well help you. I would also point out some of the resources here, especially some of the stuff here in Stu's Ideals Workshop. It goes back to real basic NCEA level 1 and 2. But these, just going back there and sorting a few of those things out, will be of some good use. And there's some nice little videos there that go through some of those things in particular, and some other issues there. I would point out that if you're having an issue with a particular issue with a particular problem, that you can email me and let me know the problem, and I can, as I say, produce a video. That's how a lot of these have been generated, where someone has asked for a bit of help with something, and I've produced a video on that. So that's definitely an option. And learning for this week is going to be just in here, which is quadratic. So the second week of that, again, which would start here on this page. So we're into the 4th week. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the end of this, and we'll be going on to functions and graphs next week. So that's probably enough there. Don't forget back here in assessment that the answers have been will be put up for the worksheets. So please check your answers. Make sure you've got them, the little bits and pieces, the bits and bobs the half marks here and there, make sure you've got those all sorted out. And the model answers for worksheet 3 will be up in due course, and but the previous ones are all there. Okay, and as is the weekly quizzes, the answers are there for week quizzes 1 and 2, and quiz 3 waiting in the wings, just for you to do the quiz tomorrow, and then we can go from there. Okay, so I think that's pretty much everything that we just a good briefing there for the tutorial and what we're going to do. And yeah, just remember the emphasis this week is on building strong foundations. So I do hope that you give that some consideration, and I'll be expecting to hear from you in regards to meetings and things, so that you might be able to sort out a program or sort out some issues that you've got with some of your foundation concepts. So good luck, and I hope you have a good week. All good. Cheers. See you.